The following is a presentation of Habersham News.
My name is Shawn Allen. I'm running for Demorest City Council for re-election. This will be my third election. Been on council now for about 5 years after this year is over. What inspired me was in 2020, there was a lot of controversy, a lot of strife going on with the city and city council and government at that point. There's a lot of issues, had a couple of new council members at that point. They came in kind of hot and heavy on some kind of issues, and it caused a lot of controversy. So there was going to be 2 openings because 2 council members had resigned. So I decided, well, why not? I should be able to try to see if I can get my hand in this and learn. And I think that since I've lived here my entire life and know the city and love the city, that maybe I can come in and try to help with this. My experience coming to the table is, after this year is over, I will have 5 years of council experience already. So I'm ready to hit the ground rolling. I know already what projects that we're working on here in the city. So there'll be continuance of that without any kind of disruption. I already work well with all the council members and staff here. I graduated from Habersham Central High School. I went to the University of Georgia with a bachelor's degree, and I finished my education up with Piedmont University with a master's degree. I've been employed with Northeast Georgia Health System for about 13 years in the field of human resources, which I've done my entire career. The most important issue that's facing the city right now is trying to find another source of water, both for the city and as an issue for the county as well. With all the growth that we have had come to the county in the last few years, we are at some points in the year reaching capacity of the water that we have available. For example, in June of 2024, that was just a mini drought, and yet we had water tanks that were running dry throughout the county because of that. So when I see that we are reaching capacity in 2024, 2025, it kind of scares me about what all this growth is going to happen within the next 10, 15 years. Because I plan on living here, I've got family that lives here, and I want to make sure that there's going to be adequate water source for Habersham County for the foreseeable future is what I can. So what we're trying to do right now is we're trying to find a water source, trying to find property, and we'll eventually, hopefully, try to get a water treatment plant of our own. Right now, we are just suppliers of water. We purchase the majority of our water from the city of Baldwin and from the city of Toccoa. Having our own water source and our own water treatment plant will also give us control of our water rates in the future, where we're not dependent upon our suppliers. I believe that we're pretty transparent in everything that we do. We broadcast all of our meetings, live streamed on Facebook, and we save those meetings onto the city website so that people can view our meetings and view the history of the meetings for that. Ensuring that the public's tax dollars are used wisely. Well, I'm a taxpayer too, so I don't want to pay any more in taxes than anybody else does. So it's important for me to make sure that when we are spending taxpayers' dollar, and to a larger extent our water customers' dollars, that money is used for appropriate projects that we're doing. The city of Demorest has not expanded in a long time, probably about 15 years or so. I grew up here. This is the city I know, and when I left here after college. I was gone for a few years with a few other jobs. When I left, I was eager to get out of here. I think I had a calendar with the days marked down. But once I left here, I realized what a treasure that we live in Habersham County. So it took another probably 5-10 years for me to make my way back here to this. So I like the small town character that we have here in Habersham and in the city of Demorest. I've lived in larger cities, Savannah, Memphis, Atlanta. This is where I want to be. This is the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to. I've seen it, and this is what I prefer. My top priorities for improving city services and infrastructure would be, I think we need a priority on infrastructure, first of all, because a lot of these lines that we have for our water was laid decades ago, and a lot of them needs to be replaced. Some of them are small and they were really only designed to provide water. They weren't designed to provide fire protection or a lot of other things that the increased usage has brought to this. As far as improving city services, we just purchased a new garbage truck, which is a great thing, which should improve the services that we have here. I think a lot of people were complaining about the prior truck that we had because it was leaking and all over the place, so it was a good thing to do that. We have a first-rate police department, and they should continue the course that they're going over. Recently there was a vote to contract fire department with the county. One of the things that is going to bring, that I understand that the county is going to be, is thinking about moving their EMS services to the city of Demorest. So that should help in response times for ambulance services within the city and within the greater area too, because they'll have closer access to 365 than what they are right now. As far as roads, we're kind of limited in kind of what we can do with that. We were lucky in the last few years that our governor had given us an extra round of LMIG financing, which really helped out in us taking care of some of our roads that really had issues with that. But we have a list now that we did not have when I came on in office that kind of shows priority, but that gets reevaluated every year once we know how much money we have to do that. And as far as like sidewalks goes and city streetscape, we have procured a grant, a multi-million-dollar grant from the Georgia Department of Transportation that will transform a lot of the sidewalks and the look of the city when somebody enters in or leaves the city. Unfortunately, with that grant, it's going to be 5 years before that's completed, but I'm sure, at that point, it's really going to change the character and the look of the way people feel about the Demorest, because when everything looks nicer, you feel more proud of what you have. So again, I'm Shawn Allen, and I appreciate if you would give me another chance to run or to be elected for representing the city of Demorest on council. With the 5 years experience that I do have now, we have lowered, we've increased our credit rating. We've improved our finances during that time point. We've accomplished quite a bit. We've purchased and preserved the old elementary school that we have now, and preserved another park for the future, which a lot of uses are yet to come with that. So I thank you for your consideration.